Is the United States the richest country in the world? Well, the answer may surprise you. Now, there are a few different ways to determine which countries are the richest, but for the sake of this list, we look at gross domestic product, or GDP, in current US dollars according to the information from the World Bank. So, who do you think holds the top spot? Well, I'm Mike with List 25, and stick around to see if you're right as we count down the 25 richest countries in the world 2022. #25. Ireland. Ireland kicks off our list with a GDP of $498.5 billion. Ireland's economy is largely dependent on trade, particularly in merchandise and services. Pharmaceuticals, computer software, organic chemicals, beverage brewing, and medical devices are some of their top exports. #24. Thailand. When you think of Thailand, you probably think of beautiful beaches and serene temples. It shouldn't surprise you then to hear that 50% of this emerging market is driven by tourism and service. Also of significance, industry contributes 40% and agriculture 10%. 10% might seem like a small percentage, but comparatively, it's huge. In fact, Thailand is the world's largest exporter of soybeans, sugarcane, corn, and coconuts. That's cocoa nuts. #23. Belgium. While the service sector plays the largest role in Belgium's economy, dominant industries include textiles, glass, and steel, along with a few petroleum refineries. Also worth noting, Belgium does a lot of foreign investment in engineering, particularly with automakers and heavy electrical goods. #22. Sweden. Sweden has been marked as one of the most competitive countries on the market regarding goods and manufacturing. It places a strong emphasis on innovation and technological advancements. In fact, Spotify and video game developers Mojang and King started in Sweden. This country is also quite open to business and trade, and they usually maintain a trade surplus, which means their export value is greater than their value of imports. #21. Poland. Poland boasts a high, diverse economy. However, the largest contributor is the service industry at 62% of its GDP. Industry accounts for 34.2% and agriculture 3.5%. They also export machinery, electrical equipment, vehicles, furniture, and plastics. #20. Switzerland. It's not all chocolate and tall mountains. A whopping 74% of Switzerland's GDP is from the service sector, with financial services taking the lead. High-tech manufacturing and industry account for another 25%. A solid infrastructure, low unemployment rates, and political stability help maintain Switzerland's status on the world market. Fun fact, 99% of its businesses are SME, small to mid-sized enterprises, with fewer than 250 employees. #19. Turkey. Services and industry are the heavy hitters for Turkey. They contribute 52.7% and 31% respectively. Turkey is also a leading producer of agricultural products, construction equipment, textiles, and home appliances. In an overview by the World Bank, the pandemic certainly took its toll on this country, deepening gender gaps and other inequalities, as well as increasing unemployment and poverty. #18. Saudi Arabia. Any guesses as to what makes Saudi Arabia's economy so strong? Well, if you guessed oil, you're correct. Saudi Arabia is currently the largest producer and exporter of oil in the world. Over the past few years, the country has tried to diversify its economy. They joined the World Trade Organization in 2005 and now produce and export a lot of industrial goods. Interestingly, the private sector contributes to 48% of the GDP. #17. Netherlands. 2/3 of the Netherlands' GDP is based on foreign trade and investment. Consumer spending and an increased focus on the service sector in areas such as transportation, distribution of goods, and business services play a large role. The Netherlands is also the world's #3 producer of agricultural goods. #16. Indonesia. Increasing its mark on the global economy, Indonesia comes in at number 16. While there are a few foreign companies involved, much of its economy is controlled by individual Indonesians. There's a heavy reliance on the domestic market and government budget spending. However, this country has become a place where businesses come to expand. 15. Mexico. While 44% of its population lives below the poverty line, Mexico still makes the list at number 15. Tourism and agriculture certainly play their part, but industry, including oil, contributes 29.6% of Mexico's GDP. 14. Spain. Modernization, clear judiciary and regulatory systems, and stable financial institutions help keep Spain's economy strong and growing. 27% of the country's GDP comes from the industry sector, while the value of imports and exports accounts for almost 66% of their GDP. 13. Australia. Much of Australia's current economic success is thanks to a new foreign policy that rolled out in 2017. This policy allows for more smoother business processes and lower entry costs. In fact, Australia ranks as the 12th best country to set up a business. And speaking of 12, Brazil. Hello, rainforest. It should come as no surprise that Brazil is rich in natural resources. Because of that, a large portion of Brazil's GDP comes from foreign investment. In fact, Brazil has thriving trade relationships with more than 100 different countries. Additionally, the government is highly supportive of foreign investment in scientific and technological infrastructure. 11. Russian Federation. Did you know that Russia spans 11 time zones and has natural resources estimated to be worth $75 trillion? The main influence over the Russian Federation's economic growth is privatization of energy and defense sectors, so oil, gas, and energy. Foreign trade is no small player here either, as it makes up nearly 47% of its GDP. 10. Republic of Korea, aka South Korea. Korea places a high value on education and innovation, so it makes sense that a portion of its economic growth springs from strong investments in research and development. The service and industry sectors contribute 59% and 38% respectively. One of the most impressive things about Korea's economy is that starting in 1960, economic growth grew 10% annually for over 30 years. Whew, talk about rapid growth. 9. Canada. An important member of the World Trade Organization since 1995, Canada has extensive trading ties with several nations. The diverse cultural and linguistic makeup, along with support from the government, make it a great place for both direct and indirect investments. Like maple syrup. I will go there one day. 8. Italy. While we're pretty sure it doesn't all come from exceptional pastas and wines, consumer goods largely influence Italy's economy. 30% of its GDP comes from exports of services and goods. 7. France. Unsurprisingly, tourism makes up a large part of France's economy, as it's one of the most visited destinations in the world. Foreign trade and a high standing on the World Bank's Ease of Doing Business Index adds to this as well. 6. India. As we've seen already, key policy changes can really impact a country's economy. India is another such example, and thanks to said policy changes, doors have been opened for a stronger presence of foreign direct investments. Running a business has also been made easier, as the government has simplified licensing procedures and reduced minimum capital requirements. 5. The United Kingdom. To be clear, I am not just talking about England. The UK also encompasses Wales, Scotland, and Northern Ireland. High rankings on the ease of doing business scale and global competitiveness reports are positive signs of the UK's economic strength. With finance in the lead, the largest portion of the UK's GDP comes from the service sector at 81%. 4. Germany. When you think of Germany, you might think of hard work and precision, or maybe you jump straight to Oktoberfest and beer. Regardless, Germany boasts booming service industries such as telecommunication, tourism, and healthcare. Add to this a solid infrastructure and technological prowess, and you've got yourself a thriving economy. 3. Japan. Much of Japan's economic prosperity comes from being the world's largest producer of electronic goods. I know, shocker. It's also the third largest manufacturer of automobiles. Japan often benefits from a trade surplus and is known for having a highly skilled workforce. 2. China. While economic growth in China has had recent challenges due to the pandemic and regulatory crackdowns, it still ranks as the second richest country in the world. China has built most of its current economic power from large-scale investments and trade. The country's industry sector contributes almost 40% of its GDP, and this includes manufacturing, mining, and construction. 54.5% comes from the service sector. 1. The United States. Coming in at number 1? Yes, it is indeed the United States. Government structure, strong research universities, and a rich entrepreneurial environment, among many other factors, all work together to build and maintain a strong economy. What's the biggest contributor number-wise? Well, 21% of the country's GDP comes from finance, insurance, real estate, rental, and leasing industries. And if you live here, that comes as no surprise. So, how did you do? Where did your country rank? And where do you think your country ranks if it didn't make the list? Let us know in the comments below. And as always, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, check out our social medias, and don't forget to click that notification bell so you can get notified anytime we release a video, including some new shorts which we've started. Hopefully you guys have seen that. So, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!
Be sure to click that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss out on new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Share them with your friends and help us consistently conciliate curiosity. And if you want even more lists, check out these videos here or just head to our website at list25.com.